What? This lineup is so ugly. It's a mid DK. I can get behind that a little more, but Wyvern against DK in lane is not bad. It actually becomes a very hard right clicker. You get the 50 damage talent at level 10. Go for the fast travel, and eventually into the Aghanim Scepter. You just have like 1200 range the entire time.
They might get first blood on Rogi up top. He's in quite a peculiar position.
How did he get there? Like if you pick offlane Wind Ranger, there isn't really a whole lot you can go for anyways. Like it's usually Maelstrom into like BKB. You're kind of playing like a mid hero would, because you're just picking it into really good matchups, and he actually gets taken down. Or Zephyr TP'd bottom. The dragon attacks the Wyvern, and the Wyvern flies away. No chance.
Damn.
Is the dragon a Wyvern or no?
No, it's a Wyvern.
He has another stun in 1 second.
Oh,
Careful,
very...
Moon!
It's got Breathe Fire. It's only level 2, but let's see if the poison damage is enough. They got these rotations, ring around the rosy. Moon still falls though. Carl, he's a beefy man. Bracer, Soul Ring 1, 2 points in the Dragon's Blood, but the anime man will end up falling here as it's a 1-for-1, but you know, he does get a solo kill. And see if they can poke and prod. This was a nice thing that T1 secured the lane top and then kind of enabled Savage in this bottom lane. So they've got their ultimates.
On lifesteal if he gets chronoed. You have to be careful.
They're gonna time walk in.
Disruptor level 6 though.
Oh, he gets 2, but the infest! Even better, who cares about the Disruptor? What an infest! KP can pop out. He's got Surge, but an Overgrowth's gonna cancel that. Maybe you care about the Disruptor getting caught out. Now mid one as well. Make an armlet toggle potentially. Rage is back up as well in a quick second here. He's actually going to play around aggressively because he's got Arfu swinging over. Mid one needs to play with the lifesteal. Has he got enough? He does. The attacks swing in his favor. Really nice use of the armlet toggles.
Famous quote of mid one. I will be God. You know what? Dragon is tipping bottom. He's looking for Dragon Tail. Is he gonna get it? He gets it. Oh my god, that was sick.
Why did you keep going?
Why, what's there to talk about? He's dead.
No, I thought you were...
Is Disruptor gonna get out? No. Obviously not.
Maybe mid one might not get out.
Oh. Wait, how did they stun him? That's a hack right there.
That's not a hack. What do you mean? Chain lockdown, finger of death. Mid one will fall. Great timing of the Observer Ward there. Blink up, predicts where his position's gonna be on.
Perfect blink on. Like this is when someone goes to Reddit. I'm playing it scripted, DK.
They're gonna find another 2. Moon's gonna be pretty careful.
What? He's the dragon. He just flies.
Now Cuckoo is actually... Yeah, they turn it back around. Arfu. This is the power of the Nyx Assassin, being able to stalk your prey and just gain a lot of information. I mean, they knew that the Wind Run was on cooldown. Well, he's getting a decent amount of farm. I mean, he's 4th on the net worth from the cause of the moment. But you know, once his levels rack up and gets these items, he can definitely start to snowball out of control. His bot lane, Zephyr. But he's already used the Overgrowth. So the rest of SMG can swing on over without a care in the world, knowing that this ultimate's on cooldown. And...
Yep. They were like, okay, goodbye, Zephyr.
Carl? He committed with the TP.
So he's,
yeah.
Blink, oh my god, mid one. Does he sniff
ping.
it?
Yeah, KP knows. KP is on point. He's like, Carl, I know where you might be, brother. There's no chance you're making it out of this one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Void finishes BKB. That was all just a bait. Arfu's gonna get crowded.
Moon's got cursed though.
Nice. He's dead actually.
Yeah, no finger of death on Wyman, so we can't get the kill on the Nyx Assassin, and now Savage just gets away, but not Rogi. Glimpse back, you were saying one of the better ways to deal with this time walk reset, and now KP's got another way to cancel the TP, so the big Winter's Curse factor to be able to negate the Chronosphere, and they turn it around, finding 2 kills here. SMG looking very, very good at the moment. It's just,
and he just lives.
Yeah, eating damage. You got Grease from afar.
He disc already in his inventory, ready to disassemble it.
See when he wants to pop that in. Has to do it relatively. Oh, beautiful timing. Bye-bye finger of death. Might still tick out here.
No way White one didn't expect that though. Where Zephyr got stunned up by the Carapace.
Now they drag him back into the Impale. I mean, Savage still wants to get involved, but an instant static storm counted up with the BKB, but now Mid One's in trouble. They've got the shackles. The Winter's Curse just a little bit too late for Moon, and now they can follow up for more as the power shot. This time it's on the mark from Cuckoo. T1, they'll lose that Tier 1 tower in the middle lane, but they do still find 2 big kills here.
The entire world is using them. You're just living on the moon.
On the moon. That's a relatively cool place to live. Yeah, it could be.
You wouldn't know that. You've never been there.
I've never been there.
Yeah, so...
Might put Cuckoo in the grave, though. Got a little backup. Carl, great target of the live steal. It's a lot of the damage for Cuckoo at the moment with the rune run. Static Storm drop. Again, playing around with the Infest. They've only been able to chrono up the back in the darks here. It's a big ultimate used for just 1 kill. Maybe SMG can look to reset, also knowing that the BKB is on cooldown from Savage. But with the numbers disadvantage, they will not be able to turn this one back around.
Yeah, Moon?
He's got to be careful. Yeah, Carl's got Blink up. Is he going to hunt on the high ground? He will. Moon. His Arctic Burn's on cooldown. They should be able to chase down the Wyvern. He's a pretty slow hero at Mid One. He's just tickling Savage right now. Mid One's barely got any items to deal the damage. I mean, Moon has to curse to get himself back to safety. Mid One is able to lock on top of Cuckoo, but with Hex after the rage, he's now going to be careful about the chain lockdown. They've got the finger left in the tank, and Mid One will fall. They lose Moon as well, and now Rochi's going to get chased down too. T1 just getting kill after kill as SMG feel like giving them a couple of freebies here. Into Roche they go. Maybe... I mean, SMG could potentially... It's going to be tricky, but they have to kind of kite the fight and then reset once the BKBs expire. Because if they're able to do so, then we can really see Moon come into play with this Arctic Burn. It's going to rip apart the Dragonite with all that percent damage. Carl blinking, but an instant glimpse. Mid One's going to work on the supports at the moment. That's really the only targets he can prioritize. You've still got to be careful, continue on with the fight, because Radiant, they feel comfortable. And Chrono, but instantly with the Curse. Once again, we've seen these timings on the saves. The Infest, Curse, Cold Embrace, back and forth. And now Savage, when he's got to use the BKB to negate the Glimpse drag back, but... Roche is probably not too happy about that. Honestly, getting tickled for a long duration is never fun.
It's fun?
It's not.
Until... I mean, I can't feel getting... Like, I can't feel tickles.
Zephyr?
Middle tower is under attack.
Get another kill here. This can start to maybe snowball into a couple kills with the Aegis and Aghanim's timing.
He's going into a Scar D on Void, okay? And Skadi also for the lifestealer.
Carl?
Interesting.
I mean, Carl's dead. You can't BKB TP out of this one, brother. You,
Yeah, you're gone.
Blinked very aggressively. They even dropped wall? Okay, maybe just...
No.
He's not even going to try. I mean, that was definitely an interesting use of the wall. Nonetheless, they'll get the kill. So, Carl down for 60. They're going to smoke up instantly. Mid One will show in the bottom lane.
Careful, Ares. They're coming. Or not.
They're thinking about it. Again, like...
No, they already pushed up mid lane. They gave away the positioning.
Savage? Maybe you can force a BKB. Savage actually going to time walk aggressively. Chain lockdown. Not available at the moment. They'll still use the curse, but Cuckoo's going to target the backline. Has to play around with the Maelstrom, but Cuckoo, it's a bit late on the BKB. The Cold Embrace gives Rogi enough time, but it's not enough. As Cuckoo with the TPR, Arfu waits to the last second with the Vendetta to claim that kill. So a 1-for-1.
Yeah, so he was waiting for nothing. And then he hit him in the wind run anyway. But yeah, like... Cuckoo not using BKB.
See how they can defend this, Whitemon. Hex up. KP, he's got the punch. Now with the back onto 2, Savage needs to set up for a great Chronosphere, but he just finds the Wyvern on the outskirts here, and there's no extra damage falls at the moment. Overgrowth going to continue to lock them in place, but now with the extra health bomb coming through from the Infest, they're just tickling the Winter Wyvern, and now it's T1 that have to look to retreat back to safety. That's a lot of ultimates now wasted.
Now they still don't have damage.
Hang on, you said that they have damage now.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said with their items they're okay.
I'd never do that.
Alright, roll the clip.
They were okay, but now they're not okay.
Oh, DK's not okay up top. Carl's got no BKB. KP with this Aghanim shard. Normal punch is just making it too awkward for them this past couple of fights. Give him the Hadouken.
Yeah. I mean, if you're T1, you should be quite happy, honestly, that no way you can get away from the Winter Wyvern, unfortunately. Once you're in that Arctic Burn slow, you are gonna have to pop that. And Tickle Monster evolved. The Tickle Menace. Oh, they caught Zephyr, nice.
I don't know if Zephyr showed himself previously or KP was just predicting the tree positioning there, but great catch there. They get the tier 2. I'm not sure what you're going to do to kill off mid 1. Paladin Sword as well. You can just sit on the front line. Arfu's almost got Aghanims, so it's going to make it even more difficult. KP. Counter initiation, drops the Vac onto 2. The damage follow-up is there on Kyle at the moment. The Chronosphere, they found the Winter Wyvern. Is the damage going to be sufficient enough to be able to bring him down? Whitemon, great position with the Earth Spike, but still, the Glimmer Cave protecting him. Moon, Cold Embrace, Infest, look at the health! And the Static Storm, a beautiful combo. They prioritize keeping Moon alive, and then all the AoE follow-up dropped on the heads of T1. They'll glimpse him away. That's a hefty buyback usage out of Savage. They need to get more out of this than just a kill on Moon's Winter Wyvern, as KP will fall as well, but the rest of SMG still sticking around as Moon can boot to travel back inside the base. Savage, he just brought back a quick time walk to safety, but they're able to chase him down because the Arctic Burn slow is down for 110 seconds. As now the rest of T1, their hopes of taking this game 1 here, very limited without the Faceless Void. Zephyr.
He can't move.
Oh, it's such a painful death. I mean, the Moon Wyvern. It's just, what do you do against him when you hit these timings?
Slow.
It's incredible.
Well, it's not over yet, of course, but potentially a win. Because like they really outdrafted T1 here, and that puts T1, if they lose, to 0-5.
Well, they're gonna try.
It's another infest.
I mean, can they burst it down mid one? He's not going to try. In fact, they're looking to just jump and reset out. They're happy with what they've got throughout the past couple of minutes here.
Not everybody can strive for greatness.
They're feeling pretty great right now. Up in game 1. Might even be up a couple kills too.
Oh,
Cuckoo just drops the curse. Straight on the header with a Wind Ranger. Sets up for KP's Vac as well. That's just the icing on the cake. And mid one's going to grant them the division to glimpse back Zephyr. And, you know, with 4 heroes down, they all don't have buyback. They're not going to have to worry about backdoor protection as well. You're going through the backdoor instead of going against the frontline foes that are defending it. So, we're seeing them hope and pray that T1 can stall off this game long enough. But
Carl can't move.
Seeing this Arctic Burn is just so difficult. I mean,
movement speed.
Like Cuckoo? I mean, this Wind Ranger 3, they enabled in the lane, but now he just hit. Oh no! The time walked into straight on top of Arfu, and he's like, yeah, it's not really a place I want to be. I mean, you got a Deso.
Psychoanalyzed. It's over.
Carl's got a Deso.
He just blinked in alone.
He didn't have the backup of the boys. That's really what you need in a game like this.
And Cuckoo's running around.
That's space. Cuckoo's doing whatever he can. I mean, they're going to be able to bring him down. SMG, solid performance from them. It was looking a little bit rocky here, but yeah, we're definitely fans of the draft, and it got to a stage where, you know, the timings still were available for them.
Yeah, well played, well drafted. It wasn't as one-sided as I thought it would be initially, but then the true colors of both the lineups were revealed. TA should on paper do a little bit better against Magnus, but either way, like, they're drafted for lanes, and I think they're going to do very well in all lanes. MK should free farm, Kunkka should free farm, and TA as well. Yeah, I mean, it's historically very good against him. The chains, oh, he has to be careful. Move.
Oh, Sideblade just out of range. Top lane as well. Mid one. He's trying to battle in the grass, but he's not going to win that man fight. And Cuckoo, another lane here where we see this Tree Protector with the off lane on Cuckoo is able to, you know, come out in the lead here.
It's mainly because he has 2 different ways of getting rid of the refraction. Not a lot of heroes have that at all.
Oh, that's the thing. Why does it last for 12? Why does Meld last for 12 seconds? Okay.
But she will now, maybe.
But you're next leveling yourself. Okay, Arfu. Very nice. Might eat a lot of damage. In fact, he might just die for it. Yeah, he doesn't have TP, and with these body blocks from Whitemon, great micro. Should be enough with the extra follow-up, and it is. Whitemon, beautifully done there. See, that just Just pick up the water rune. That wouldn't have happened. You got greedy.
Yeah, and then he wanted to destroy it as well. Pays the price for it. You know, sometimes in life you just gotta be content with what you have.
KP. Oh, actually, they got Moon swinging on over. So Whitemon's in trouble. Savage has got to be careful too as well, because this Grimstroke can amplify a lot of damage early on, as Moon's a great hero to combine up with the Inkswell. Savage can try and offset a little bit of the damage at the moment thanks to the Jingu stacks playing around with the Mischief too. With the extra help of the support from SMG, he's able to bring 2 big kills down for them in the bottom lane.
There's lots of possible items you can go for in a mag. But Blink is definitely needed.
Rogi. Unfortunately for the Abaddon, just this roaming ward. He's going to run up to a spot where he cannot contest, although Savage still got to be careful as Moon can jump on forward from afar. They're even going to drop the RP, just a heavy commitment, making sure there is no escape for the 23SAVAGE Monkey King.
Because he was farming very, very freely. He died for the 2nd time already, actually. And he's going to the Diffusal Blade. One of the most aggressive options you can go for.
KP.
And I liked it a lot.
Where are you going?
He's going to get brought down here. Ultra dead. Nice position from Cuckoo. You'd be worried that SMG, like, yeah, they've been making solid moves, but they're 3,000 gold behind, and Cole might just solo kill Moon?
Ah, he had a remnant out. Where's the remnant?
I don't know. Bottom rune, but he's gonna die in...
What? Treant has 0 levels in armor, actually. Huh. Interesting. Well, Kunkka picked up an Orchid.
Carl?
Okay.
He's in a tricky spot. T1 in nearby. Balance strike onto 2 as well. A beautiful control from Savage, and I mean, they're just baiting. They could potentially go in Roche now after these pickoffs. Carl's got a Desolator. And SMG, they're just not taking a fight with all the numbers right now, and yeah, they will. Roche is pinged out. I mean, they played very well on T1. Again, another game where their laning Sage looked really, really solid.
But Wraith King, this is the timing now. You got Blink Dagger, you got Radiance, you gotta start a fight now. He's still very, very easily brought down by the Diffuser Blade Monkey though. So he has to be careful.
Rogi. Sitting on the front, who have they caught out? It's going to be the Train Protector. He's still able to get the Overgrowth off, and now with the bold combination along with the Wukongs, KP, he can only drop the RP on 1. As SMG, they've blown the load. Mid-one's completely lost all his mana as well, so with the Radiance reveal, he has to get out of dodge, but unfortunately, an X drag back into the grasping hands of Carl. He can try and armlet toggle all he wants. He's doing a very good job at keeping his life, but eventually, they will secure the kill, as we just see no impact for Moon in that fight. And in fact, Moon, he's going to be careful. Diffusal Blade slow, that Remnant just crawling away, the hopes of making it to safety evaporate as Carl secures a triple.
But instead I get completed team wipe on a 5-0. And you can't fight into a Wukong like that. Like, there was a perfect 4-man Wukong.
Carl just doesn't give a damn.
Nice Orchid as well.
No
Stop
skill.
the score and dead again, yeah.
So, yeah, this is the tier 1 that we've come to love. Just quite the dominant performance. As Carl is had enough of Arfu. He's just no hope of being able to survive through the Templar Assassin burst, and when he's still got the BKB to play with, they'll leash him up with the Enchantress at the moment. They've got to keep in mind how deep they want to dive. Just now with the Reincarnation slow, but again, another Orchid, this pickup from Cuckoo, making it so difficult for Moon to be a menace on top of the backline, but Carl's falling low. The Overgrowth finally coming into play, but they've got the Aphotic Shield to purge it off, and Carl will lose his life. But T1, they still have the numbers advantage here. It's 23SAVAGE. We put so much attention on the Templar Assassin, but the Monkey King is incredibly farmed as well. Lines it up for a double Boundless. And SMG, after losing this fight, they might just tap out. I mean, they've still got some outer towers, but yeah, this game, KP, nice blink. Waste the Wukongs. But that is just a full set of racks down bot, and this game continues to look dire. Yeah?
I don't call myself names. I don't call myself God Gamer, it's other people doing that for me.
Okay, what is... Mid one. It's a tricky spot to be in. I mean, it's got some backup. Mid one's just baiting right now for potential multi-hero RP. Orchid's just a little bit too late, and we're now on the front line. Abaddon once again taking care of the overgrowth control, but the torrent, there's the RP, but unfortunately, it's at the timing of the reincarnation, so mid one is unable to rip them apart with the Empower. The only person to die so far is the Enchantress. T1 still got to keep in mind how deep they want to go. Ultimate's on cooldown along with the BKBs as Cuckoo dragged back. He's going to fall as well. And SMG looking to make it a third here. Boone still got enough mana in the tank to hold the chains in. So Treant Protector unable to make it away as mid one collects some bones. Triple kill for him.
And Aegis Cheese shard. Who's gonna get the shard? Probably TA.
Oh boy, more silences. Rogi?
Where are you going?
Enchantress is such a stupid hero. This creep that you can have everywhere does so much for you. Ghost push waves, moving ward, a little bit of control as well that the hero doesn't have.
Yeah, some numbers and some abilities in Dota definitely
Need some fine tuning.
yeah. Some are undertuned, some are overtuned.
KP. Oh, another quick Orchid. He still gets a skill back. RP. Okay, KP. A little bit of mind games there. He drags back the TA, then RP's the backline here, but still, it's going to cost him his life. They've dealt with the Aegis. A BKB completely wasted. Once this expires, Carl's still got to be cautious of his positioning. And Zephyr's already used the overgrowth as well. They're charging on forward. Savage finally going to drop down the Wukong, but look at all the AoE damage coming into play now with this help of the Empower. They're burning through the extra armor that the Monkey's able to play with. That lifesteal is not enough. They haven't respected the team fight of SMG. Yeah, there's some of those Aghanim shard that just give you way too much. I mean, TA is one of them. Well, it gives you 3 things: a silence, increased trap count, and vision. Like, what? 1400 gold for that? That's ridiculous.
Everyone's on a run.
He's beefy. We see this Holy Locket tread Solar Crest, and you get to a stage in the game where it's very difficult to bring down. They'll solo RP Conquer. Heavy commitment from KP, but they feel like it's worthwhile to drop the RP there.
It's very scary now for T1 actually.
Mid one. Just gonna posture aggressively on the front line. See how they can start up, and with Rogi behind him, Solar Crest, Photic Shield, all the buffs, potential mech as well. KP, Horn Toss onto 2 with a Soulbind. Follow up here, but an instant BKB. They've dealt with the first life on mid one. Now they can use the Wukongs for the second if they want to. Savage charging up the ultimate. They don't have Moon nearby though. He's back at the base and I don't think he's got a remnant available to join the team. Savage, aggressive tree dance, KP, not able to follow up the skewer down to the low ground, so KP is still stuck inside the Wukongs. He's able to make it away thanks to the lack of stuns right now, but mid one still. He's got to keep in mind about the ultimate on cooldown. It's about to be up in 10 seconds. They've done a very good job to kite the fight. Like you were saying, that's the importance right now from SMG. And with the BKBs getting wasted as well, this could be a big opportunity for SMG to penalize the misstep of T1. They're hunting Cuckoo. Mid one, another round of the Wraith Fire Blast in a couple of seconds here. There's nothing that T1 can do. They just have to resort to leaving Cuckoo on an island as the crit from mid one finds a wicked 6 streak. It's going to build into a Shiva's next, so prioritizing a lot more of the armor this game, which will, again, it's going to get to that stage where Radiant, very, very physical reliant. Carl. Gotta be careful. There's the Horn Toss. Can they skewer him back? No. But the BKB forced very early on in this fight. And now with the Soulbind, they're pushing T1 further back. They gotta be careful though, because they can turn very easily with the Wukong along with the Overgrowth. But now Carl getting prioritized. The Radiant just rips through the Refraction. He's gotta buy back if this fight continues to drag out. But that's a really, really solid pickoff to start things off. As they've kited outside the Wukong, Savage able to find the KP Magnus before the RP, but mid one, he's still the raid boss at the moment. They've shielded off the Overgrowth, the buybacks are coming into fray now, and instantly they'll sound the retreat, but are they able to get back to safety? As Savage locks in the Wraith King, second life coming into play, beautiful time in the torrent as well as Rogi. He's a Photic Shields on cooldown. It's going to be back up in a couple seconds. He just have the mana, but it's not enough. Takes him too long to get to the side of the Wraith King to keep him alive. There is now Moon as well as in trouble. A Remnant up in 5 seconds, but the Bloodthorn, and now with the Diffusal Blade burn of the mana. T1, a costly fight for them to force out multiple buybacks, but they do still bring down the numbers of SMG. Gonna make it very awkward. You've got buybacks, you've got RP as well.
Oh, right there.
They're coming through. Bots got creeps in too, so don't worry about front door protection, as Black likes to call it. See the play. Oh, the soul bind. Oh, that's not a mechanic you want to see with the skewer. They'll still try and lock him in with the RP, but now Savage is able to get the ultimate off. And now with the run buff, along with the extra armor, can he take through all the damage? He cannot. Mid one will crit him down. Now he's trying to target Carl, but a BKB into the TP. They've got no answer for the magic immunity, as SMG themselves will force a lot of buybacks, but maybe this will answer up the Roshan pit as the Monkey King's down for 70 seconds. Alright. SMG? Are they actually going to take the fight to them? I mean, KP's not up. There's the buyback coming through. Now, Radiant are ones with the numbers advantage. Rogi's a very, very important target to bring down. He's already used Baratine, so he won't have it for the overgrowth. As there we go, comes into play, Zephyr jump in, Aphotic Shield instantly to help out Moon, but they got the boat connection as Roger's getting targeted. This is a massive hero for their fight. They need the Purge to be able to help the Wraith King. As now that you don't have this defensive factor, they mistime the Boundless Strike, but at least they've got the extra survive coming through with the Bloodthorn. Bye-bye mid one. No buyback available as he used it previously. They'll chase down the Grimstroke as well. Even Moon's the next target. Remnant is too slow. He has to use the BKB to get back to safety, to get rid of the X, but
might even go back for Roshan.
well, play it safe. Let's hit tier 4s. Why not? Let's try and end this game.
Alright, so why did they hit the back first then?
Extra help with the Cardies. BKB's on cooldown. That's quite the RP, but it's not going to be able to skill them into the fountain. That's kind of the only hope they had here from SMG. Contos.
Yeah, I always spoke about it. All the damages on the Wraith King. Without him, you are nothing.
No way to defend this.
It's literally 90% of the damage right now.
They're just tickling. And when you put all the net worth in the hero, I mean, it shows they did quite the job to even up at least this game and give them an opportunity to potentially take it. It was impressive from SMG, but nonetheless, tier 1, they had enough. They're like, yes, we've thrown this game slightly, but we'll still take a solid team fight and end up taking the second game, tying the series 1-1.